Good morning, JVNs. This is JVN Brijesh Kumar Yadav, Faculty of Education and Methodology, Jyoti Vidyapith, Women's University, Jaipur. Students, I welcome to all of you in my digital class. I have prepared this lecture for BSc BA JBC first semester. Paper name is Diversity of Microbes. Topic is reproduction in bacteria. Students, before this we have seen how bacteria has been discovered, what are those scientists who has taken part in the discovery of bacteria. After that we have seen ultrastructure of bacteria, what are the cellular components of bacteria, what are those parts of bacteria. After that we have seen mode of nutrition in bacteria. Okay, so up to this much we have studied in bacteria. Today we are going to study how this bacteria reproduce, how multiply, how new bacteria generated, developed from previous one. Okay, since we are dealing with bacteria and I expect up to this much you have brief concept of bacteria, that bacteria is prokaryotic microscopic unicellular organism. Okay, this is the simplest definition of bacteria. Okay, means they are prokaryotic, means they have not well developed cellular machinery. Their ribosome is of 70 septavers. They don't have nucleus, they don't have mitochondria, chloroplast, endoplasmic reticulum. Since they are microscopic, so they cannot be seen by naked eye. They need microscope to study them, and being a unicellular organism, their all cellular machinery, activity, physiology is carried out by single cell. They don't have tissue level system. Okay, so within a single cell all those activity, nutrition, food, reproduction, excretion, whatever is there, physiology is going on within a single cell. So this reproduction will also carried out within a single cell. Okay, so today we are going to see all those aspects. Let's start. There are three types of reproduction in bacteria. First one is vegetative reproduction, second is asexual reproduction, third is sexual, but frankly speaking this sexual reproduction is not actual sexual reproduction. It is a kind of genetic recombination. So in layman term we consider it as a sexual reproduction, but frankly truly this is not sexual reproduction. Okay, now my question is to all of you, that why sexual reproduction is absent in bacteria? Please reply me in your comment section. Okay, so that I can guess how much you people are studying in my class, and how you people are paying attention in my class. Okay, I will wait for that your reply. Okay, so let's start with vegetative reproduction. That vegetative reproduction in bacteria is carried out by budding. Okay, this is one of the simplest mode of vegetative reproduction. In this case, a small protuberance that called as bud developed at the one end of the cell. Okay, suppose there is a cell, at one end there is a overgrowth. Cell membrane will burst outside. Okay, now genome replication follows, and one copy of the genome get into the bud. Now after some time this bud will enlarges, eventually become a daughter cell, and finally get separated from the parent cell. Okay, so this is how one bacteria develop from previous one. Okay, another mode of vegetative reproduction in bacteria is fragmentation. That fragmentation is occur mostly during unfavorable condition, means whenever bacteria get unfavorable condition, at that time mode of vegetative reproduction is fragmentation. Bacterial protoplasm undergoes compartmentalization, that subsequent fragmentation forming minute bodies that called as gonidia. Okay. Under favorable conditions, such gonidia grows into the new bacterium. Okay. It becomes apparent that prior to fragmentation, the bacterial genome had to undergo repeated replications so that each fragment will get a copy of genome. Okay, this is the second mode of vegetative reproduction, that is fragmentation. Third one is very important, that is binary fission, and this kind of binary fission you might have studied or you people are going to study in your zoology class. I hope diversity of animals is there. I still remember one paper is there. In that, I think you people are going to study primitive animals like protozoans. So in that protozoa, I think Paramecium euglena is there. Okay, so in Paramecium such type of reproduction is there. Okay, but anyhow you try to focus over here. This vegetative reproduction by binary fission, it is a common most type of reproduction under favorable condition, where cell wall divide into two similar daughters. Whole cell is going to be divided into two similar daughter cells. During this process, the bacterial chromosomes get attached to the cell membrane and replicate to the bacterial chromosomes. As the cell enlarges, the daughter chromosomes get separated. Okay, a cross wall is formed between the separating daughter chromosomes. So in this way, both the cells will get separated with their particular genomes. Okay, so after binary fission, two cells with different genomes will form. Okay, now endospore formation, this is also important. Endospores are representing spores formed in the gram positive bacteria, especially Bacillus and Clostridium during unfavorable condition. They are formed within the cell. During this process, a part of the protoplasm becomes concentrated around the chromosomes. A hard resistant wall is secreted around it. The rest of the bacterial cell degenerate. Endospores are very resistant to extreme physical conditions and chemicals. Okay, sorry. During favorable conditions, the spore wall get protruded and the mass of that cell give rise to new bacterium. Okay, so in this way new bacterium will develop. Now sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, I have already told that students, this is not the actual or true sexual reproduction. This is the genetic recombination. So sexual reproduction occur in the form of genetic recombination that I have already explained. There are three methods of genetic recombination. You must remember this because this is very important from the examination point of view. Okay, apart from this your semester exam, many competitive exams, this related questions are being asked. Okay, so there are three types of genetic recombination in bacteria. That is transformation, second is conjugation, and third one is transduction. Now we are going to see all of them one by one. So transformation, this transformation was first studied by Griffith in 1928 in Diplococcus pneumonia. Students, here I strongly recommend you that for each process there is a particular scientist who has discovered it in a particular time period in a particular bacterium. So from examination point of view, you must remember, I again strongly recommend you mug up it at any cost, the specific scientist and specific bacterium name where that process is carried out, that experiment has been conducted. Okay, so don't ignore it. I again emphasize that, remember them. Okay, so in this transformation, DNA from donor cell initiates heritable changes in recipient cells. Okay, the transformation involves only one trait, though several may be acquired independently in this way. Here, this is the schematic diagram of transformation, where one bacterium with gene for a capsule is growing, which is heat killed bacterium disintegrated and release DNA into surrounding. Now this bacterium without gene for a capsule will get inserted into the another bacterium, and now this gene taken into the cell and expressed. Now here in last diagram you see red color, that heat killed bacterium disintegrate, that is appeared over here. Okay, so this is the bacterial transformation where a bacterium take external DNA into the particular bacterium. Okay, so this is how transformation is happened. Second process is conjugation, which was reported by Ligerberg and Totem in 1946 in particular bacteria, that is E. coli, Escherichia coli bacteria. Okay, in conjugation, cell to cell union occurs between two bacterial cells, and genetic material, that is DNA of one bacterial cell, goes into the another cell lengthwise through conjugation tube, which is found by sex pili. Student, you might be remembering that when we were discussing about the ultra structure of bacteria, at that time we were discussed about pili. Okay, and I have also mentioned that these pili take part in the reproduction of bacteria. Okay, that pili is taking part here in conjugation tube formation. Okay, as a result, the recipient cell possesses duplicates gene for a number of characters as it's seen in E. coli, an inhabitant of human intestine. Okay, so this is the schematic diagram which represents the process of conjugation, how this one genome of bacteria is inserted into the other bacterial genome with the help of conjugation tube. Okay, third process is that is transduction. Okay, it was the first of all reported in Salmonella typhimurium by Ginger and Ligerberg, and in this method genetic material of one bacterial cell goes to the bacterial cell by the agency of bacteriophage or virus, that is virus infecting bacteria. Students, there is a MCQ question that out of these genetic recombination, which recombination process requires that virus? Okay, in other terms I can reframe my question that in which genetic recombination virus take part. Okay, you can reply me in comment section. Now this is the schematic diagram of transduction, where bacteriophage is going to transfer genetic material of one bacterium to other bacterium. Okay, although this bacteriophage is in detail in your syllabus, we have already discussed. You can go through that e-notes or video, you can get more better understanding. Okay, so students, today we have seen how this bacteria reproduce. There are three different mode of reproduction. First one was asexual, vegetative and sexual, and in sexual there are three. Sexual reproduction is most important. Okay, so today I am stopping here. On next turn we will meet with new other topics. Thank you very much.